So I need this. I ain't finna play with this opportunity for me. So I spill it all. I give it all. I'm in there, nigga, emotional, everything. Nigga, giving them that stressing verse with plies on it. I'm in there, nigga, going hard with that cash flow. You gonna feel me? You feel me? Like, and he felt that.
So Khaled has his radio station.
99 Jams?
99, yep.
And one of your boys got the plug to tell you that he's there, or you just figured, I'm gonna just pull up?
My boy heard him on the radio. My manager at that time, he heard him on the radio, and it was like some type of contest or some shit like he had going on. So when he hit me about it, he came to the crib, and I was like, he was like, "Yo, Khaled up at 99 Jams." Like, I'm like, so what that mean? Like, you know, what we doing? He's like, yo, we finna go up to the radio station and like try to rap for bruh. Like,
and you already had records at the time, or you was just going in to rap?
Oh no, I had records.
And how y'all getting in? Because you know they got that shit.
Exactly. They got the gate. So we pull up, right? We pull up. Right. We pull up, first of all, we in the Merc. We in the Mercury leaning on over y'all, you know, the Impalas, the old schools back then.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna let y'all have this one.
I
don't know what the fuck you talking about.
We call it a Merc. We call it a Merc, but it's a Mercury. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the call. You know, they fix them up. They were like the bubble Chevys back then and all that good stuff. The Impalas. So we in that. You know, I think it's important to say that because of just what that represented. You feel me? Like the windows barely work, the sound system don't really work. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, we trying to get it. We pull up rattling. It's rattling, right? You know what I'm saying? So we pull up at the radio station. The gate is open. Thank God. Normally the gate's closed. Normally the gate's you know? God is with you. God is with you. So we pull up, the gate is open. I knew it was God. I knew he was all orchestrated this. We pull up, as soon as we get in there, Khaled pull up 5 minutes later. I never forget it because I seen the way that Baby Blue Phantom pulled up in the vibe. It was nasty, right? He pull up, he hop out. Now, keep in mind now, I think this is important too for like, you know, in general, where the game is different, but back then, like, as an artist, you had to be prepared. So I had a bio, I had a picture, I had CD with my songs on it, everything in an envelope. Nigga, I ain't playing.
Nowadays,
so like,
niggas just be like, yo, look at my Instagram.
Right, just hit me, right.
You like, check out my, with you, shorty? Sell me on it. Sell me on it, goddamn.
Right, yeah, go to my Instagram, like you gonna do it outside of, like, you know what I'm saying, me and them, like, yo, boom, whatever. But, so we there, Khaled there, man. We hanging out, and then Khaled's like,
well, when you walk up on him, he's not hesitant. They
so,
know people pull up on him. They're like, oh damn.
Right.
Because he didn't call you for 2 weeks later, right, or something like that.
He called. So he hit back that night.
Well, I'm skipping.
Yeah,
I forgot to give you. He gave him the CD.
We gave him the CD, right? Because I wanted to rap for him.
Yeah,
I wanted to rap for him. I couldn't rap for him. He had this radio station. He had to be there 6:15, 6:30, right? You got to be doing this thing. So I didn't hear back or hear anything until like the following day. You know, like he hit my manager back that same night and was having a conversation with him and was like, yo, boom, 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 I like what I heard. I hear the hunger. Like, I want to work with this guy. And from there, 2 weeks later is when we had the prior meeting to actually signing and you know, and figuring out what we want to do.
And then when he sent you, I'm so hood, was T-Pain on there? Was anybody on there, or he just sent you the beat?
T-Pain was on there.
T-Pain.
Yeah, he sent me the, you know, bro, it's crazy when I think about it because just in my mind of hearing that song, right, being in Club Boca with the homies, not even knowing Khaled and not even knowing nothing, right, you know about that Club Boca, so like we in there vibing with the homies and like, you feel me?
So like we to Club Boca right
now. This was in there, it's definitely true. Let's go.
That shit crazy, so in my mind, we catching the vibe, and so for him to send me a record that got T-Pain hook, but a free verse and then this hook come back, I felt like I was like, man, that's like this is not a normal opportunity. T-Pain on a hook, and it ain't like I orchestrated to put this together. I took a little piece and ripped it. Like when I said that, I just felt like I gotta come with it. I wrote like 5, 6 verses, bro. I went to the studio that same time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and from there, man, once I you know, knocked them verses out.
This shot for you.
And I recorded the verses at Slip and Slide. I think that's important
Slip and
also
Slide.
to say.
Holy moly guacamole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
shout out Ted Lucas and all that.
And then what had happened? So you laid 5 verses, or you wrote 5 verses?
I laid 5 verses and I wrote 5 verses, and I just took the best 2 and I sent them that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he can.
What was that moment like?
And sending that, man, he called me right back and was just like, bro, I love it.
Wow.
I love it. He said, man, I hear that dog, I hear that hunger in you. Like, let's do something. We gonna have a meeting, boom, boom, boom. He had the office across the street from the radio station.
Right.
We linked up at that spot the next time, and we were sitting down talking about having a deal, man, and him wanting to sign me. Like, my guy at that particular time wanted it to be about dollars and deals. We wanted to get, he wanted to get a label situation.
Right.
But at that time, he was only interested in signing me. So, so yeah, man. So that from there, it was history, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's crazy,
bro.
man. That's a good
Yeah. Straight up.
I got notes, goddammit. You know, I'm into this. I'm into, oh shit. Yeah, slow down. Okay. Okay, let me tell him. Okay.
You got a lighter oil?
Okay, hell yeah. Give me a lighter, goddamn.
Boris, hook him up with a lighter.
So, boom. You get with Khaled.
Mm-hmm.
Hustle Hard doesn't come out yet, right? No, Cash Flow comes out first.
Cash Flow comes out, yep.
It's
first time flying to New York. I flew to New York. Once we ended up figuring out a deal, it's my first time ever going to New York. We flew to New York to go see N.O.R.E. with Def Jam.
Yeah, he was with Def Jam.
And he was with Def Jam at that time. So at this time, I had Cash Flow. I had the Stressing record that I recorded with Plies.
Did he have chapstick, N.O.R.E.? I feel like he was putting on chapstick.
Who that? N.O.R.E.?
Was he putting on chapstick? I just feel like it happened that time.
Nah, he wasn't putting on no chapstick.
That's my man. Every time I see him, he putting on chapstick. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Stop it.
Yeah.
And then he got the other shit, the lip balm. He be like, come on, N.O.R.E. You gotta stop with the pinky, man. You gotta relax. But he's a genius. He's a genius. If he signed you, that means you ill. So, yeah, fly to New York. Mm-hmm. Are you nervous? Because you know there's a possibility he can fly, he can introduce you. Mm-hmm. You know, because right now they can look at your look, they can go on Instagram and say, "Oh, I like the way you look." But this is, if you going to New York, this is to look at how you look in your face, to see how you perform, to see. So are you nervous, or do you even know this process is happening?
And what's the pep talk before you get there?
I'm beyond nervous, first of all. Because I'm flying. It's my first time ever flying. It's my first time. Bro,
wow.
It was a first time for everything. First time flying. First time being in New York. First time.
That gotta be nerve-wracking.
You know, we had Mr. Childs at that time. First time having Mr. Child in the office. Bro, I'm so nervous, bro. But the pep talk, right? This the illest shit about Khaled, right? Is that his level of the way he's able to motivate you. Yo, this N.O.R.E. Yo, this N.O.R.E. Yo, you gotta sell this. Like, make him feel that. Yo,
his impressions is great.
Yo, you can't play. You can't play with this. Like, it's a chance. It's like, it's not a game. Like, we gotta do.
I can see comments.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like it's like we the best. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the energy. So for me, that's all I need to hear. I'm amped.
Right.
You with me. You affirm me. We in this together. Let's do this.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, as soon as I get in there with N.O.R.E., like, you know where I come from. Like, I come from the hood. I come from Deerfield. Like, down the street, the projects, we got the homies. So I need this. I ain't finna play with this. It's an opportunity for me. So I spill it all. I give it all. I'm in there, nigga, emotional, everything. Nigga, giving them that stressing verse with Plies on it. I'm in there, nigga, going hard with that Cash Flow. You gonna feel me.
Right.
You feel me? Like, and he felt that.
Right.
And for then, man, we was signing the deal. I stepped out the room. We was inking the deal. Big Mr. Child.
That's what I'm asking. What's that moment like when you step out the room? Because I get there's got to be a moment when they talking to when you not there.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind at this time?
The moment after I left the room, I felt fulfilled, and I felt like I did that.
Okay.
I left it there.
But like you got it.
Yeah. Or even if I didn't,
But
I left it there.
and
You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning like I did my part. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. It's like, as long as I show up and I do what I'm supposed to do, however you choose, whatever decision you make, I'm all right with it.
Salute, goddammit.
You dig what I'm saying? Salute, my brother. Salute, my brother.
Yes, sir. What was the moment in the music industry when you realized this ain't all the crack?
Oh yeah.
What was that moment like for you? When it hit the realization that?
When I hit that realization, bro, it was scary, you know, because I think once I got to that realization that, you know, I came into the game as a young buck. I was 18, 19 years old, knowing that I didn't acquire much about the business, knowing that I didn't ask to really see certain things, knowing that I didn't have any insight about what budgeting was for me, knowing that I didn't have you know, I was just the workhorse. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I think that was the thing because I didn't, once I started to put it together, I started to understand of like, man, I could be tangled into something that I have no idea how to get myself out of. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because as you start to get older, right, you start to mature. And when you're young, you want the money. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, cool, I want to be able to supply, like provide for my mother because my mother was struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody around her couldn't really do anything. So it was like, for me, I felt like I needed to be the man and step up. So in my mind, this money is gonna help. You know, when you're young, this money is gonna help provide for my family. So you ain't thinking about what that contract or what business will look like later on until you get older. Right. And then you start asking questions. Right. So I think that's when I started to see that, and then even with politics, I never really liked the politics shit in music. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, but once I learned it, I understood it and I respect it. Right. But when we say we brothers and we do certain things, I took that to heart.
The industry talk.
It's just a talk. But then I started to learn like, oh shit.
When it comes from
that ain't really real.
When it comes from certain
when it comes to certain, right.
Everyone is not bullshit. Right. But everyone ain't real.
Everybody ain't real.
And that's what's fucked up.
And that was the toughest part because I'm like, damn. But I thought this person. Not speaking to the people that I was close, but just
around. You fell for
around.
the brother shit you just said?
I fell for it.
Don't fall for that brother shit.
I fell for it.
Don't fall for that.
Like, you feel me? Like, oh no, you my brother. We gonna da-da-da-da-da. But when I send, you want to charge me, I'm like, damn. But I thought we were. Oh, okay, I get it. But I didn't know at that point. But if I would have knew in advance, like I would have knew what would expect. I could have managed my expectations. But that ain't happened. So it's just seeing little shit like that. I'm just like. And just ideas that people would have, you know what I mean? It just kind of just turned me weird. I'm just like, this ain't real logical. This ain't even like, I'm like, what niggas doing in this shit? Like, y'all ain't trying to become better people. Why we gotta, like, am I just trapped in being this one person? And I gotta be this person my entire career?
They want you to evolve and shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I can't evolve and grow up and be.
No, that's why when artists, a lot of times, I mean, you got to tell you the truth, you got it better than a lot of people who caught a raw deal or anything, or who had to leave a very established label because they wanted to go on their own. A lot of people, what they would do is they'll become this artist, and they'll be and the artist. If you complain about your rights and you're an artist, you're problematic.
Right.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, N.O.R.E.
That's fucked up. That, you know what? I'm glad you put me on. I'm glad that you put me in the place. I'm glad that this label helped me out. But look, this part ain't right. Can we just correct that?
Right.
Most people would say, no. Are you a millionaire? Can you pull up in a Range Rover? Can you pull up in a Maybach? Can you pull up in such and such? Why you need to correct something that you're already good at? And it's like, because I don't want to be perfect, but I want my shit to be right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But if you do that, then you're known as a problematic artist. Like, as you were leaving the We the Best, was you receiving those type of things? Like, was people spreading rumors like J1s or something, telling people don't fuck with Ace Hood, or he's
people.
And how was it leaving though? What did you were leaving?
Sorry, J1, I just thought of you. I
the best.
single you out.
So
breaking a contract.
Well, that was the beginning. Well,
he was around.
We the Best. Def Jam happened in the beginning.
Right.
At some point, we moved from Def Jam. Def Jam was only my first 2 projects, and then we ended up moving. We got with Cash Money. I fulfilled those projects. Got finished with them.
Because at one point, I'm stopping you, and you're going right back to this.
Yep.
Remember that question. Remember what the question was. What was it?
Don't worry, we good.
But remember, please, because I felt like you were the face of the We the Best Def Jam thing. Like, did you feel like you were the face at that time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, cool.
I did feel like that.
Okay.
Always felt like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to get back to that now. What was the other question, goddamn? What was I saying?
No, what you were saying.
Yeah, and then he was
he was saying he fulfilled the Def Jam project.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when was it that the breakup happens? At what point in the business dealings? Do you have another? Is there another? Is it Cash Money at that point?
We were under Cash Money.
Right.
So you breaking contract with 2 people, with 2 entities?
So this is how it happened. So originally I started with Def Jam, and then after Def Jam with the first 2 albums, I ended up moving. We ended up going to Universal, which was Cash Money, right?
Universal Cash Money. Yep.
Cash Money, Bugatti, and all that other stuff, right? Then issues started to stir up with Cash Money, Universal. You remember that when they had the issues and just things were just happening.
When you caught in the melee.
Like I'm caught in the melee. We all, even with the label. So it's like, people trying to just keep what they can keep type of thing. So bro wanted to make his own decision to kind of do his own thing. Like he wanted to be his own independent field. So he wanted to kind of separate.
You say,
from the
bro, you
vibe.
talking about Khaled?
Yeah. Khaled wanted to separate from the Universal music and kind of do something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be more independent.
All done? No. Okay, all right, cool.
So is that leaving you guys or the label, all the artists left behind by doing that?
Well, he wanted to branch off. So yes, it would be like, handling this business in this way, and then taking that, your imprint and making it independent. And then we were under Sony Red.
Sony Red distribution, right?
Sony Red is when the issue started to stir up.
Okay.
Because I think, like you said, there was a certain level. I was invested in the We the Best, right? I felt like me and Bruh created that together. If I'm being honest,
you wore the brand on your sleeve.
I wore the brand on my sleeve. If you thought about We the Best, you thought about Ace.
I agree with
you thought about Khaled. Facts. It wasn't one without the other. It's just what it was. You feel me? So I felt like
that was like Dame and Jay at one point.
That's how I felt, and I thought, I thought that we were just there, and we, you know what I'm saying. So for me, I didn't like the fact that the decision was made without me. I didn't like the fact that the decision was made to part ways from our distribution and me not know about it, and you decide solely to say we're gonna take this one imprint and go over here and I'm gonna do this. Granted, rightfully so.
What distribution was you mad that you was leaving? Universal?
Just because we were with Universal, going from Universal to something that's more independent, which was the Sony Red situation.
Sony Red, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was just the principle for me was the fact that I felt like we created this thing together that. Now we should make all the decisions, but this was a decision that I thought we were brothers enough that you would come to me about this decision type of thing in some way. You know what I mean? And maybe he feel wrong that or don't feel the same way that I could even be in a position to say that. But I felt like we built this. I contribute out. You know what I mean? I rep that shit. It's on my skin. I did. You know what I mean? I was out here. People knew that. So for me, the decision to take it from one thing to another was an issue for me. Because then I started to understand that it's not about my decision.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. You had he didn't even call you and say, yo, listen.
No. So once he made the decision, it was like final with Sony Red, and it was happening. Like that's when the conversation actually happened. You know what I'm saying with us, and I felt blown away because I felt like I was unprepared for it. There's ideas and there's things that I wanted to do that I felt like I needed a major backing to do so. Right. And I just think like the decision, even though for him, yes, it's your brand at the end of the day, and you can take it
maybe he felt like, well, it's my brand. I don't have to consult,
right?
But I feel on your end, it's like it's impacting your career regardless.
Only because. The moment this imprint started, which means that the moment you knew about it, Ace Hood was signed to it,
right?
And it existed at that point. I think
you felt like it was created around you,
not around me.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't feel like it was created. I feel like I was the first representation of that brand of what it would be.
And I'll tell you the misunderstanding right there, right? Like when you sign an artist, it's like signing a baby, right? Mm-hmm. And it's your baby. That's why they say that's my baby. Like sometimes, right? Yeah. But as the artist grows, sometimes you still give the artist the information. You still give them porridge, but you're not realizing that artist got teeth now,
right?
And the artist actually doesn't want porridge no more. Doesn't want baby food.
Doesn't want to be spoon-fed.
And it deserves to say, you know what? We be eating chicken now. Mm-hmm. All right, that's cool. But why are we eating chicken? Okay, and why do you want to eat vegetables?
Why are you changing my diet?
Why? And that's just what it is. I understand his position because it's his company, and I understand that you wasn't eating porridge no more.
Right.
It was your turn.
There's a term
to at least know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I get where you're coming from too. Like I'm an artist and a CEO.
But there's a term that really goes with what you're saying. You were the flagship artist.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Of We the Best.
And I'm not saying that I wanted to know all the ins and outs of his business or anything. I just think that anything that affects me, I should be in part. I should be, within that conversation. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's right, and I think that's fair. Not even about being right. I just think that's fair. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna decide to take that, hey yo, so I'm just deciding to, I'm deciding to take. I know we were with blah, but we gonna move over, and you know what I'm saying. That way we're in it together, right? And that way it doesn't feel like I'm excluded, in that you solely can make these decisions. Now, who am I? What does that say about me if you can just decide anytime you want to take this thing and do what you want with it? That means that I'm supposed to follow behind and do what you want with it too, right?
But 1,000,000%, when you're on Miami Heat, you can get traded to the Knicks tomorrow.
Right.
And you won't have no motherfucking decision on that neither.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That is real.
So, yeah, so
He just wanted the courtesy, is what he wanted.
Yeah.
The courtesy.
Yeah. But this is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you don't get that courtesy.
No, no,
Sometimes you wake up in Toronto and Drake is your roommate.
So crazy.
You like, what the hell?
Hey, G shit.
Hey, Cardinal official is like this. You play for the Raptors now. You like, holy moly, guacamole. Your check is still there. So, but that's what he's probably looking at. I'm just being devil's advocate. He's probably looking like, yo, Ace, your check is still going to be there. Everything's still, we just going to do it on a different level.
And either way, how I am and how I'm built, I respect the decision either way.
Wow.
Right.
Either way, I respected it. Because at the end of the day, I understand that it's your thing, it's what you want to do with it. I just wanted that. It ain't like I'm going to hate you. I just wanted to have that input of but since I didn't get it, it's still cool. It's nothing, whatever. But it just raised a question in my mind of like, well, maybe you should kind of like start focusing on the things that you would really want, Ace. Like, and the things that you really want to create and really want to bring forth, right? Because if someone else is doing it, like, you know, we all want to do it. We all want to create and bring a certain level of energy and inspiration and motivation into the world, into the minds and the hearts of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course. So it raised that opportunity in my mind of like, okay. Like, you know, and I respect that because, you know, I'm always, if I lay my bed, I'm going to lay in it peacefully. You know, if I made that bed, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just being a real one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.